Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, mini Motorways. Let's go to Dubai for today's daily challenge. We will get double road tiles and double bridges, which is wonderful because we have to use the bridge right away to get this little greenhouse down here into this green business. All right, off we go. It is Monday, which is unfortunate, but hey, it is a thing that comes up roughly every 7 days, and it's not Monday's fault. It could have been any day of the week that we decided to start our businesses on, and we can thank labor unions and organized folk for the fact that the weekend is even a concept, but, we've been on the air for less than a minute, and I've already ranted about capitalism, sort of, kind of, a little bit. Anyway, Clancy the Crow is here. Good morning, Clancy. I hope you are doing well. Oh, I don't know if Ghost is here, but first of all, we will send these yellows off over here. We must thank our very good friend Ghost for the newest Tier 1 emote now and forever? I don't know. Eventually I'll run out of space and then we'll have to, reconsolidate things. But for the moment, at least, you can go ahead and drop those coals in the chat. The coal emote from the very, very, very funny little face Cole Phelps made. One in exactly one time. But once was enough. In the tradition of the Phoenix, it was just so good. It needed to be an emote. And we went to our very good friend Parlor Ghost, and now it is an emote. And now whenever something makes you angry, I guess, we can drop the coals, because Cole looks so angry. He's so mad. He's so mad, he's questioning all of his life choices in that beautiful emote. And, of course, it includes his trademark yellow hat. Everyone knows about Cole Phelps and his trademark yellow hat, right? Right? Oh, God. Oh, it's fun. It's good times. Thank you to Parlor Ghost for bringing us the coal emote. And now, let's see here. Well, many things are happening. Many, many things. Okay. So we've got this pink. It needs to get up here to this pink business. That is simple. Good morning, Clancy. Hope you are doing well. If you have not already seen, Clancy has begun streaming on their very own personal selves, playing Dead by Daylight and Mortuary Assistant and other very good, very, very nice, very well made, very terrifying video games of which the _Goog shall take no part. Thank you. But Clancy is good, and you should follow Clancy. Let's take 2 bridges. We'll run this over this away. These 2 greens. Actually, you know what? Hold on. This is dumb. What am I doing? This thing I'm doing is dumb. Hold on. I just realized that the thing I was doing is dumb. Let's instead run... Wait, hold on. I just realized that the thing I was doing to replace the thing that I was doing that was dumb is also dumb. Let's take these 2 greens, run them all the way over to here, and then have these 2 greens come in that way. Good morning, Ion G07. Ion G came over from the YouTube. You love to see it. It is a true fact. We're here on Twitch every weekday morning, and also some other times, very rarely other times. Mostly weekday mornings. And, Tuesday and Thursdays and that sort of thing. Eventually I'm going to settle on an arrangement for these bridges that I like. That's not now, but eventually. Here. These 4 will swing down here into the circle.
Hear ye! Let the record show that this viewer was here first!
And despite the fact that we have had a shout out from Ion G, and we have chatted with Clancy the Crow, it is Hulkamat who is here first. Good morning, Hulkamat. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. You will be off to the schoolings today. Oh, big stretch. I need to tell you a story of a thing that happened to me yesterday. Mostly because I need to put this out into the universe, and I don't often go look. This is a true fact. I whine a lot about stuff, but I very rarely just go looking for sympathy. Catholic guilt and what am I so special about mostly, I need to tell you about a thing that happened to me this weekend. So as you know, I have a cat. She's adorable. Her name is Nora. And as you may not know, I have this like pellet-based litter box system where basically there's the litter box and you dump some wooden pellets in it basically, and the cat does her business on the pellets, and the number twos get caught up in the pellets, and the number one goes through the pellets and through some slats in the base of the box down to a little pad. And the pad sits on a tray which you can slide out from the underside of the box, right? I find that it's very nice. It works for me in the sense that I really only have to attend to it once a day quickly with a scoop, and then every week you have to change out the pee pad. That's probably the grossest part, but, you know, it's certainly better than scooping clumpy sand multiple times a day. So, we do that. Yesterday, I mentioned that every week you have to change out the pee pad, and for whatever reason, Sunday is the day on which I do that. So, by the way, in case you haven't figured out, because from me giving the rather mundane operative details of my cat's litter box, this is gonna be a gross story. You have been sufficiently warned. This is going to be a gross story. So we're going to put a perfectly cromulent traffic light right here. I don't love that this means we have 3 houses supporting 2 businesses, but it's going to have to be fine for the moment because all of our greens are over this way, and it's a real pain in the ass. So it'll be fine for now. So, yeah, everyone has poopy butts. Everyone has stuff. Things need to be taken care of. Yesterday, it was, not just scoop out the poop, but also change the pee pad day. And yesterday, I was making myself a cup of cocoa because it's cold in winter in New England. Imagine that. And while the water was boiling in the kettle on the stove, I figured, hey, this is probably a good time to change out the pee pad and scoop up the cat poop and deal with the fecal leavings, that sort of thing. So I put the water on to boil. Brief interruption here. We're gonna draw a lengthy purple thing that'll come over this way. And I don't have a bridge for that. Oh, that could be problematic. That could be real bad. Gonna have to do something about that. You can wait until Monday to see if I get a couple bridges or a motorway or something, right? Yeah, you'll be fine. This thing going circular is truly awful. I don't think there's a better way to put that than just truly awful. Alright, well, so you give me a couple of bridges. You'll swing out this away. I think what we're going to have to do is grab these 2 pinks here to run up that away. And we'll just need to restructure this bridge such that doot, 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 and doot, like that. So that we can then take these 3 pinks right here, and we're going to have 2 bridges and 4 houses servicing this circle. It's a very awkward setup, but it'll be fine. So I put the water in the kettle onto boil, and I slide out. I go grab a new pad for the cat, and I slide out the cat tray, the tray that holds the pee pad, and I discover, to my rapidly increasing horror, that last week when I changed out the pee pad, apparently I slid, when I slid the pee pad cover thing back into place, the pad got caught on a little corner of the sliding tray and bunched up, meaning that rather than cover the entire cat piss collection tray as it was supposed to. The pad only covered a tiny little corner of this tray, which essentially meant that for 7 days, anytime my adorable little fur baby named Nora decided to relieve herself, her pee was just kind of collecting on this thin plastic tray. And now that I had, slid out and lifted and jostled the tray, this week-old pile of cat piss was sloshing. Is the word that can be used to describe the action. It's what a liquid does in this manner. There was cat pee sloshing out of this tray onto my hand, and my pants leg, and my foot, and the floor of my kitchen. It was not good. This was bad. Thankfully, I was smart in the sense that I took about 15 seconds to just sit there with the horror of this. And then I remembered that two things had come up. One, I had an immediate need to clean my hand and myself in my kitchen in not quite that order. And two, I had hot water boiling on the stove, so I reached over and I turned off the burner with my good non-cat pissed hand. My left hand did a lot of work yesterday because the right hand was covered in cat piss. These are the kind of stories you get, Ion G07. Is that long? Is that a lowercase L? Are you just long 07? That would probably make sense, actually. Should we be calling you 07? Oh, that's a terrible joke. Okay, good. All right. So yeah, that was a thing that happened yesterday. I spent about half an hour dealing with the sudden emergency of there's a pile of week-old cat pee that has sloshed out of its tray, and by the way, soaked the entire inner workings of the box. Part of the job of cleaning this involved just washing and scrubbing the entire cat box. So that was a thing I got to do. You should probably do that more often than I do it. I was about to relax. I was gonna have myself a nice roasty cup of cocoa. And then I was gonna put on a nice warm pair of... I had just put on a nice warm pair of socks. And I was making a mug of cocoa. And I was gonna be all cozy and play Balatro. But no, I needed to deal with a cat piss emergency. Oh, God. Okay. So, we've got a minor problem. A developing minor problem. Here's what, so basically we've got this beigeness over here, and all of my beiges are tucked neatly inside this kerfuckery down this way, and there's really no great way to make those things friends. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take these three beiges here on motorway number 2. We're going to swing motorway number 2 up this way so that these beiges now serve this business. That, unfortunately, is going to leave this business in a little bit of a spot of bother, but we'll just do this for now. All right, you go off that away. Yeah. The cat was entirely nonplussed by the whole situation. She only came out to the kitchen when she heard me. Another thing about this pellet system, and listen, it is a good system. I realize that today I've described a cat piss emergency that happened because of it, and I'm about to whine about a day-to-day problem. These wooden pellets that I talk about, they could also be thought of as individual 1x1 Lego bricks that my cat just thinks is the coolest thing in the world to essentially scatter all over the kitchen floor. So just imagine every once in a while, and if you're not good about maintaining this can happen. Walking barefoot on a linoleum floor, and you step on like 6 1x1 Lego pieces at once. That's the thing that happens to me more often than I'd like, which is to say sometimes. So these two, this beige over here is going to primarily focus on this business. I'm trying to wait until the weekend to deal at all with this Los Angeles Lakers plaza we got going on here. But, well, it is Monday now, so we've made it. Hooray. Give me a couple of bridges, and let's immediately pause while we think about what we're doing. Okay, so we got to get purples and yellows up over this way. And we got to get more yellows than we're previously getting this way over to this way, because this is now a circle. All right, I have a plan. My plan begins by destroying this traffic light. We bulldoze that traffic light, we wreck this whole intersection, because I'm going to put a roundabout right here. We're going to put a roundabout right here, and one benefit of this roundabout is that it's going to mean these two yellows no longer spawn on this green road, because that had been a problem. These yellows obstructing traffic flow into this business. No longer shall we tolerate this. Additionally, while we're here, we're going to chop down that tree. We're going to bulldoze that. We're going to swing these two greens over here, because I think it's more important that we have 6 houses going to a circle than that we have 6 houses going over here to the square. So these greens, you should point north. Do you point north? You do point north. Good. So these greens are going to go here into the eastern spur of the roundabout. The northeastern spur will be for these 2 yellows right here. The northern spur is for these 3 yellows coming out here. The northwestern spur will be going over here to this double plaza. The southwestern spur, rather, is going to be for this road right here. I'm not reinventing the wheel in that sense. We just need to wait for this thing to sort itself out. Next, not done yet. We're also going to take these 3 yellows here and send them along this way. So these 3 yellows are going to support this yellow business from the south down here. That's going to be fine. Additionally, we've also got this purple guy. I do have these purples here. I could send purples all the way along the bottom up to there. That would take, roughly 1,000 years. I think instead I'm going to do 2 things. One, we're going to restructure this road so that I can get these pinks involved going up here. Second, we're going to grab these 6 purples here. These 6 purples here are going to eventually go over that way. I'm not going to worry about that right at this very moment, however, because I also want these 4 purples right here. Okay. So these 5 purples here, actually. These 5 purples are going to take this frankly ridiculous road, go over that away. And these are going to be friends right down here. How good of friends are these going to be? I don't know. But it'll be fine. They'll at least be Phoebes, right? They're not going to be Joey's. They're definitely not Monica's. They're at least Phoebes. I have never in my life watched a full and entire episode of the television program Friends, and therefore I have very little opinion. Non-zero, because, TikTok and general popular culture exist. But, oh, right, Ross is the worst. These are definitely not Ross. These are better friends than Ross. Was Ross a bad friend or just a bad dude? Because I remember the whole thing about Ross is that he's a fucking terrible dude. And from what I saw, Ross did seem to be a fucking terrible dude, which is consistent with main characters in exceedingly popular friend group-based television shows of my youth and adolescence. Because Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother is a frankly terrible dude. Not the worst dude on How I Met Your Mother, Barney Stinson, exists. Anyway, we just got to wait for, that little bridge there to restructure itself. This green business got mad for a moment. Oh, right! The reason I had 6 greens going into this roundabout was because not only is this green business covered by this roundabout, this thing over here is covered by the son of a biscuit. All right, well, title of the episode is Cat Pee Emergency, and yet I just said biscuit instead of bitch. Huh. Interesting. Okay, now then. I'm sure Barney was important to this show, and maybe you meant beyond that, but listen, I have also never seen a full and complete episode of How I Met Your Mother. That is a show I have seen a fair bit of on TikTok, and oh boy, is that not a good fella in ways that television programs traditionally portray good fellas. And listen, I know even from memory that part of the joke was, oh my god, it's Neil Patrick Harris and he's gay, but he's playing a womanizer. It's okay, that's like 80% of the joke with Barney Stinson, I think, is that, hey, it's Neil Patrick Harris, he was Doogie Howser and he's gay, but now he's playing a womanizer. You remember him in Harold and Kumar, right? Well, he's that, except worse. He wears suits. He does wear suits. Listen, that's a true fact, he wears suits. Oh boy. Okay. Let's toss that. Clancy says that How I Met Your Mother is their favorite sitcom, so maybe I should stop relentlessly shitting on it? Alright, fine. I will relentfully shit on it, in the sense that I will shit on it no longer having shit on it sufficiently. Alright, this green is going to come over here. Yeah, see, these greens are immediately being used. See, you can love something and criticize it. That's not what I'm doing, because I don't. That might be a more accurate statement. It has aged horrifically. That's probably a better way of putting it. Oh, God. All right, we got to deal with this pink business over here. This pink business over here is kind of a major fucking problem, actually. Let's point this house out to the west. That'll be smart. We'll grab this purple, send it down this way. This whole purple disaster piece is falling apart in part because now it's supporting 2 businesses over this way, but also just ultra lengthy road space. So that's great. You, Mr. Yellow Friend, get to be first in line going up here. Good for you. You 3 pinks are going to take motorway number 3, approach this from the west. Great. You know what? Let's chop this road and toss that pink onto that. And as if by magic, we're rewarded with a replacement pink. We didn't even lose a pink. We profited, 1 pink. All right. We're going to do this with this yellow, and we're just going to lengthen this yellow road over here. You are a beige, which is now circular, which is fine. Look at all your beige replacements going on there. That's wonderful. Very happy about that. You can swing down that way. You can point north now. Yeah, we got plenty of purple going this way, even to support these 2 businesses, I think. These 2 greens are isolated from everything, which is unfortunate, but hey. Oh, the thing I know about How I Met Your Mother is that it was transparently obvious that Ted and Robin should get together, and then Ted and Robin did get together, and then Ted and Robin broke up, and Robin and Barney got together, and the show did a really good job of making you think that Robin and Barney actually fit together pretty well, and then Robin and Barney broke up so that Ted and Robin could get back together. After revealing that the mother was the chick who was a working actress and then went on to play the Penguin's daughter, like a decade later. Let's take a roundabout here. We'll do that. I know there were, like, various important guest stars, and like all sitcoms of the era, Ted had 1,000 million girlfriends. And obviously, like, the whole premise is Ted's telling this story to his kids of how he met their mother. Literally. except the story takes 9 years to tell. I think. Maybe? No. I don't remember that part. I remember seeing something with like the children actors who played the kids having to just sit on the secret of who the mother is for years. And also, yeah, the series it lasted like 9 seasons because it was a massively popular sitcom back in the time when that was possible. Kid, that's mean. Do we have to deal with anything with this green being a circle? I feel like I should deal with something with this green being a circle, but kind of feel, well, we're already we're only feeding it 3, actually. Yeah, so the show lasted 9 seasons when it had a premise that was good for 3 and stretchable for 5, and again, lasted 9. So it was good for 3 seasons, stretchable to 5 seasons. They made it work for 7, and it lasted 9. And the entire 9th season is the weekend of the wedding of Ted and the actress the character played by Kristen. I think it's Kristen Milotti, the actress who played the mother, and also again wound up being the Penguin's daughter in that Penguin series now, which I think is just called Penguin. I think the Penguin series that's on now is just called Penguin. It's not like called Falcone or anything like that, is it? No, it's just called Penguin. Anyway. We're basically doing How I Met Your Mother chat because... How did we get there? I don't remember things. How did we get onto How I Met Your Mother chat? I was talking about shows I saw on TikTok. Oh, I made a Friends reference. Yes. I made a Friends reference because I was saying that these purple roads over here were going to be at least as good a set of friends as, like Joey. Or, they were going to be better than Joey. They were going to be at least as good as Chandler. And then I realized that, no, wait, Ross was the terrible guy on Friends. And then I wondered if that was just a thing with the male leads of sitcoms, because I remember hearing that Ted Mosby is particularly terrible. And then he's not even the worst guy on How I Met Your Mother. And now we're just recapping my recap of me having watched How I Met Your Mother via TikTok. Gotcha. Okay. I'm caught up on my own damn show now. Good. So happy that one of me is paying attention. So we got a problem, and the problem is this green business over here. You remember like 2 minutes ago when I said, this will be fine, we'll just leave it with 3? It turns out not fine. So, I thought I had a motorway. I thought I was sitting on a motorway. I am not, in fact. That's problematic. Not great. What are we going to do about that, I wonder? Let's steal some green guys. We're just going to yoink these. It'll be fine. Yeah, I suppose I can sneak around. I can actually sneak around about in that way. Hey, how about that? All right, so we're going to sneak around about in here, and then we're going to do that, and we're going to send greens up this way, and we're going to pour Viridian dudes over here. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Sports Fun, what are you talking about? You can totally just sit on motorways. That's what they do in Jolly London Town, I'm sure. I don't know. All right, you come over here. Have a traffic light. That's fine. Oh, God. Sports Pun enjoys it more when he's aware of the things of which I am only tangentially aware. Well, good news. We're recapping my understanding of the overarching plot of the long-running American sitcom How I Met Your Mother. Let's see here. So there's this beigeness over here, which is fine. You swing that way. So yeah, like the ninth season takes place over the entirety of the weekend of the wedding between Ted and the character played by Kristen Milioti, who would go on to be the Penguin's daughter in the currently running television program, which I think is just called Penguin. That girl's the mother, but also she gets cancer and dies, which is basically a plot contrivance so that Ted can be with Robin, because again, it was transparently obvious that Ted should be with Robin, and the show just didn't do that.
And then they were like, wait, fuck. We should have done that. So they did that. Okay. And listen, you got some really good actors in there. You got some really entertaining folk. You know, we mentioned Neil Patrick Harris. You got Kobe Smulders. You got Allison Hannigan. You've got the guy who played Ted, who I'm sure has a name and has gone on to do other things. Maybe, I don't know. He was fine as Ted. And like, again, I've seen the thing via TikTok, so there's a bit where Barney recaps the entire plot of How I Met Your Mother in 52 seconds and then tells a story about going on The Price is Right, because one time they did an episode where Barney went on The Price is Right. So I just picked up that motorway I was whining about. What can I do with it now? Not much. And there was an episode where Katy Perry played just an adorable little ditz who everybody called Honey because, you know, they're like, oh, honey. And, like, Robin was a Canadian pop star who had a goth phase, I think. And, noted American actress Laura Prepon had a multi-episode arc, and I'm just going to hit this unrelated drop for no particular reason, having discussed noted American actress Laura Prepon. And now we're going to drop motorway number 4 right here, and we're going to figure out a way to get these greens over here to support this green business. You swing down here. I will believe that TikTok is dying when TikTok dies and not a moment beforehand. I understand that the American government is going to American government about stuff. There's money to be made here. Like, come on. There's money to be made here. There's money to be made here. I understand that, like, people are mad, you know, Republicans are mad about children being exposed to truths of the American government and the consequences thereof, but, you know, there's money to be made. Will believe that it's actually going away when, yeah. Well, yeah, they're not the ones making the money, and there's China involved and all that nonsense, but again, there's money to be made here. Yeah, Clancy is one of those unfortunate folk who is local to the Goog and has been exposed to pure concentrated in-person Goog. Oh, God. Oh, big stretch. Oh, what are we doing over here? We've got this yellow circle, which is presently dying. Oh, why don't we support that in some way? Oh, I know a way. Here. We take that. Yeah, that's a good start. It's not going to be the be-all, end-all of helping that, but here, we'll do that too. That works. There was a beige just spawned. Oh, there's beige just spawned up here. Well, good news, beige up there. We've got 5 beiges just sitting here waiting for you, as it turns out. You can swing in that away. Now, the 5 of you will support that business. Everything will be both hunky and dory. Good afternoon, sun, flare, space. Hope you are doing well. We are on 289 spare road tiles. That would be great. If I could trade those for people, I would do that, because, oh boy, this yellow business is fucked. How do we save that? I wonder. Is there a way that I save that? I mean, there might be. Let's see here. I could probably get away with murder killing this bridge now, can't I? Yeah. Yeah, I can get away with murder killing that bridge. Yeah, Sam, there is a point at which your road tiles are yes. You don't have to worry about road tiles. Yeah, this is not a good place to drive in, honestly. Like, I would say it's sensibly laid out. It's not. It's just dense. It's difficult. Like, I don't know if there's a sitcom about how to get away with murder. There was a long-running drama literally called How to Get Away with Murder. I don't think that was a sitcom. But there was a TV show called How to Get Away with Murder. That's a true fact. I have never seen How to Get Away with Murder, actually. And wait, was that the one with the White House fixer who's sleeping with the president and kills Like the vice president or something? Or was that something else? That might have literally been Scandal. I think that one was Scandal. And How to Get Away with Murder is the lady who teaches a college class called How to Get Away with Murder. That's why it's called How to Get Away with Murder. This makes sense. Okay, so again, returning to my thesis, we have this yellow circle. It's doomed. How do we undoom it? I don't... Huh. Well, we could take... Like, I'm hovering over these 3 yellows here because they're the only unused yellows in the world right now. And... oh, boy. We could run these yellows all the way down here, up over to here, and then... Alright, let's do that. That seems like just the worst plan. You run over here. By the way, this is already interfering with any of this. Criminal Minds is another... Clancy, one thing we have discovered on the show already, and which you will come to know as well, is I have not watched a lot of TV, but I do spend an inordinate amount of time on TikTok. And Criminal Minds is one of those shows that I have not watched, but I have seen on TikTok. It's weird. It's a lot. Aubrey Plaza has like an incredible... I don't think it's an arc. I think she's just a recurring character on that. I think what happened... My vague understanding is that Aubrey Plaza loved Criminal Minds so much that she leveraged her standing in Hollywood to be like, I want to be on Criminal Minds! I want to be on Criminal Minds! Damn it, I want to be on Criminal Minds! And they wrote a part for her. Which, listen, I'm a fan of famous people being fans of things. That is very fun. That is whenever like a famous person starts geeking out about something, that is very cool to me. So when Aubrey Plaza leverages her fame and stroke in Hollywood to be like, I want to be on Criminal Minds, damn it! And she actually gets to be on Criminal Minds, that's good and fun. I like that. Aubrey Plaza is not a regular on Criminal Minds, but she plays this recurring villain who is like a psychotic serial killer, and also she's Aubrey Plaza. So, again, we're going to hit an unrelated musical cue again. And we're just going to move on, because everything's dying, actually. This purple nonsense, this purple business is only being sustained by purple cars coming through this over here. Yeah, I'm not kidding when I say that they wrote a part specifically for Aubrey Plaza. Samurai Sam has resubscribed with Twitch Prime, 44 months in the Goog troop for Sam. Sam, you and everyone else on Tier 1 has been able to drop all of these lovely emotes, but have you met the Angry Cole? We got 3,482 commuters over 104 days. That's a good score. I think it's top 10% in the world. We take those. It is not as good as Parlor Ghost or Samurai Sam, so we will drop the ghosties in the chat. We will drop the Samurai Slams in the chat. I actually remembered to subscribe to Samurai Sam, so, like, Sam is streaming again. Sam has his own personal streaming nook. So we'll drop those Sams in chat as well. Yes, Sportsman, that is true. The Cole emote joins a long and storied tradition of emotes based on games that we played because they were fun and silly things that happened therein, such as the Welkin Stare and Phoenix with the coffee. And there are just, tribute emotes because Shadowheart is awesome and Tally is awesome and Murderheart Ice Dragon was a thing Murder Kill Ice Dragon is a character that existed. And, of course, just by following the channel, you have the Liara emote, because Liara is also good and fun. It's a true fact. Congratulations to Sam, and to Parlor Ghost, and to everyone, I guess. I don't know. Here, Word Game Online. Let's do that. The Welkin Stare was the reaction to the Angry Cole. It's very good and fun. Ghosty made it. Everybody, I command you. I literally have a section in my stream deck called commands, and one of the buttons I hit goes that away, which I have to update now. Our good friend Parlor Ghost, the creator of all of these lovely emotes and also more. Go to Ghosty's Redbubble. Get a Ghosty on a water bottle or something. Is the Wordle water? They must have used water by now. They've used water by now. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, let's see. It's not going to be alarm because that has an R in it. It's also not going to be alert. That's probably the very worst guess I could make right now. It's not going to be quake because there's no E. Could be plank. As Wordle finally wrapped around and started repeating words, I know that, like, obviously eventually it was going to have to, but... Alright, so, we've learned some things, which is good. Don't call Goog names. Oh. Okay, so, we know that the L is second, the K is fifth. And there's an A in there somewhere. It's either first or fourth. So it could be ALXXK or XLXAK. It's not like Smart Alec, because that has an E in it. And it's not Alack, because that has the A as the third letter. Well, you know what? It's the fourth one. There. I just put the first 5-letter word I could think of that had an A in the first and fourth letters. And now we know. So... XLA. What on earth is... It's not Olmec. He was the talking head on a Nickelodeon children's program. And he was spelled with a C. So... Oh. It's cloak. There we go. Eventually, sometimes you just stare at a word long enough and it makes sense. When you're decent and, yeah, okay, fine. We got there. Cloaks are fun. Cloaks are good. Sometimes when it gets chilly, I like to use a throw blanket as a nice little makeshift cloak. It's what I was going to do yesterday before, well, yeah. Anyway. For today's connections, we have all of these things. All right, so, oh boy. Well, you've got park, brake. These are things you can do in a car, right? You can turn and signal. Now, granted, you can also, like, inch forward and that's about it, actually. These are things you do in a car, right? These are things a driving instructor tells you to do. There's things you do in a car. Come on, video game. Honestly now. Carpool could have been a thing. Was not a thing in this instance. Alright. So your reserve, your bank, your store, and book are all like hold in place, right? No. Okay. Pool. That's it. Pool. Reserve, bank, store, and pool are all basically, cash. That's a good descriptor for that category. Good job, the New York Times. Book, inch, earth and glow are worms, right? Bookworm, inchworm, glowworm, and earthworm. Yeah, those are worms. Oh, Sam apparently had the worms earlier. I missed the worms. Basketball needs more Dennis Rodmans? I don't think it's true that basketball needs more Dennis Rodmans. Soccer has a Rodman. His daughter plays soccer. I don't know anything about Dennis Rodman's daughter, the famous soccer player, other than that she is Dennis Rodman's daughter and she's a reasonably famous soccer player. I literally don't even know the lady's first name. But, yeah. And then you've got train, coach, guide, and school. These are all words that mean teach. So, yay. Yay. Sunflare Space would like to make everyone aware, just for clarificational purposes, she does not have worms now. Let's move on to strands. Sorry, was that mean? That might have been a little too mean. I thought it was funny, but... Let's see here. We've got beer and berry. These are whole foods. So is it like donut? Are we looking for that? Sam sees garlic, which, yup, and it's positioned here in the corner, so that's probably... It is indeed blue. It is indeed blue. Yeah, there's pain. We cause a lot of pain here. Okay. What else are we doing? A great many things. Are any of them helpful? Remains to be seen. We've got that, and we can have a mailer, which isn't going to help us. Long 07 almost saw a Red Bull, which energy drink? Is energy drink the title of the episode? No? Okay. We've got 7, but not 7T or 17 or 7 Up. Sunny sees blueberry around here somewhere, which, okay. Well, I see a blue. And, there's a blue, and right next to it is a berry, so you get a blue and a berry, and it's blueberry. Okay. So it's garlic and blueberry. I'm sorry. Okay. Is our Spangrim... our Spangrim is bagels. There we go. B-A-G-E. Nope. Wait, no, it's not. Because you can't... Never mind. I thought it was bagel. It is not bagel types, really. You went type... No, we can't even get to bagel. There's no bag in our ol. B-A-G... Oh, there's the E. Son of a... It's bagels. There's another G. Turns out there was another G. And this is everything. Amazing. Off here is plain. And then over here we have sesame seed, which is a true thing. Just going to leave that hanging there and see if anyone calls me on it. We finished the strands. We did well. All right. You know what I like to have? And I think I might have told this before because I only started doing it a couple of weeks ago, and I just tell everything that happens in my life. See also the title of the episode, which is Cat Pee Emergency. So here is a good breakfast for you if you have not had breakfast, or if you just want a mid-morning snack. Cinnamon raisin bagel, reasonably toasted, with whipped cream cheese and maple syrup. It's yummy. You're going to like it. I just pointed at the webcam as if that matters, because I don't actually have the webcam on right now, because, hold on, because, well, I don't, because it's the morning, and, like, that, so, no, we won't be doing any of that. Sportsman wants an unhealthy breakfast, such as, for instance, a cinnamon raisin bagel topped with whipped cream cheese and maple syrup, because, damn it, that sounds really tasty. Anyway, for today's Immaculate Grid, we need Giants and Tigers and Bears. Oh, my. No, we need Giants and Tigers and Reds and Royals. Oh, my. Giant who was also a Royal is Joe Randa, right? Is Joe Randa a giant? Am I making that up? Should probably not go with Joe Randa. That feels like too deep a cut. We'll just take the layup of Carlos Beltran. We also need dudes who hit 40 homers in a season and played third base. Giant who hit 40 homers in a season. Gee, I wonder if I can think of one of those. I wonder if there might be a rather famous home run hitting baseballman. If only we could think of such a fella. I bet Matt Williams hit 40 homers in a season one time. Not gonna do that, though. Tiger who hit 40 in a season is Prince Fielder. Seems like a reasonable... So a Tiger who hit 40 homers in a season is Cecil Fielder. Seems like a reasonable fact. A Kansas City Royal who played third base is, I don't know, they probably stuck Tony Graffinino there one time. Seems like a thing they would have done. You can chart a various child. Dude who played third base and hit 40 homers in a season is legendary Cardinals third baseman Albert Pujols. And now we must name some Cincinnati Reds. A Cincinnati Red who played third base is Ryan Freel. Red who was also on the Giants. Hold on, I made a dugout reference? Did I make it? Oh, right, I said Chart a Child for Tony Graffinino. This is a true fact. This is a good name. It's a wonderful name. Oh, the dugout. I miss when you existed and were funny, which is like 70% of the existence of the dugout. There was a time there when, oh boy, that shark was leapt. Oh boy, did that shark get leapt. But anyway, dude who played for the Royals and the Tigers is Tony Clark. Wasn't a Royal, was he? Because I know he played for the Red Sox, but I don't think he ever played for the Royals. I think I'm making that up. I think that's a false statement I've made. I do think that Joaquin Soria played for the Tigers, though. That doesn't sound as crazy. It's, in fact, a correct and accurate statement that Joaquin Soria played for the Tigers. So, good job, Goog. And now, once again, we must name some Cincinnati Reds, and this is the part that goes poorly. Yeah, thinking of relievers is probably a good thing. Brian Wilson was never a Red. Fernando Rodney, I don't think was a Red. Joaquin Benoit was not a Red. Ricardo Rincon was not a Red. Javier Lopez was not a Red. Mark Melanson was not a Red. Joel Zumaya was not a Red. Was K-Rod a Red? No. K-Rod was not a Red. Well, let's name some Reds. Pete Rose was not a Giant nor a Tiger. Joe Morgan, neither Tiger nor Giant. Pete Shurik might have pitched for the Giants. I don't think Pete Shurik pitched for the Giants. Shit. Bronson Arroyo was not a Tiger, nor was he a Giant. Willie Mo Pena was not a Tiger, nor was he a Giant. Barry Larkin never played for the Tigers or Giants. Neither did Aroldis Chapman, Adam Dunn, Joey Votto. I have said something incorrect. Turns out that Joaquin Benoit was totally a Cincinnati Red. Nope, I was wrong. This is the worst thing a Benoit has ever done. Oh, Joe Morgan was a Giant. Good for him. He was a Giant in baseball history and in broadcasting in his mind. He wasn't very good at that part, but hey, it's okay. This has been today's episode of Good Morning Mini Motorways. It has been fun, as always, folks. Yeah, we don't have a sad and somber glorious, unfortunately. Oh, Johnny Cueto. That actually makes sense and is understandable, and I would have gotten that. Oh, well. Folks, we will be back Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock Eastern for another edition of Good Morning Mini Motorways. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful day, and watch the YouTubes later today. There's a thing coming. Bye! Indigo.
Let's fucking go, boys!
Yeah, baby!
Shit!
We didn't get either of them. Shit, Hokamat. Oh my god, you were with me the whole time.
I
The
know.
whole goddamn time.
Let's
my
go.
Goddamn fool.
I got no kills until the end, baby.
Yeah, you did all the
That's really, it fucking worked in your favor because I thought we got the right one. We got nut bunnies, and that's the only
Nude Indigo and Nude and Matt for the fucking
no
win.
Indigo was because of that. Fuck.
No, Indigo flipped on the CC.
It
I
is
should've
always
known.
goddamn
I
Hulkabat.
should have known it was Hulkamat because he did the lights like 5 times.
I did the lights. First of all, I did
You
the
did
lights
that twice.
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 And I did reactor twice because I was like,